I'm making this video because I want to address something. I want to get you, man, and you, gal, watching this right now in the right frame of mind. Now, I made a video called Always Go Self-Employed. Now, this comment was left, and then there's a few responses between someone else and this guy. They're going back and forth. Obviously, you guys can't see the responses above my head, but obviously I can see it on my laptop. Now, the guy starts by leaving a comment. This is the initial comment. I'm on PAYE, so I can get a mortgage because I only need 3 months of books. I've just started this role. How long will I need to be self-employed to get a mortgage? Now, someone else has responded to this comment. Big him up, Ace24. One of the self-employed guys I know needs more than 2 years income history. Better to start on PAYE for the mortgage. Now, this guy above me has responded to him saying, I've heard some people say as little as 6 months and some say 2 years plus. The guy has responded to him saying that may be true, best to find loopholes and get it done quick. The reason why I'm making this video is because at the end of the day, there's a lot of hearsay. There's a lot of misinformation. Some people don't know certain information. Some people may give wrong information. Now, to my knowledge, and even this, before I heard, oh yeah, you need 2 months, 2 years worth of income history to get a mortgage as a self-employed person. Since my girl's become a mortgage broker, she said, nah, you can get a mortgage on at least 1 year's income history as a self-employed person. But you never know. There may be some new lender that's out. Yeah, some new lender or a lender that's changed their criteria. Halifax or Pepper Money or whoever, Santander, HSBC. There may be a lender who's changed their criteria recently and said, you know what, we only need 3 months for self-employed people. Furthermore, we don't even need 3 months. There may be a next lender out there who says you just need a contract, a signed contract to say that it's ongoing work. So what you guys need to do is get into the mind frame of sort of like, don't take no for an answer. Like my sort of mentality is, okay, let's say for example, I heard, you need 1 year's or 2 years worth of income history and that. Do you know what I will do? I will contact one mortgage broker and tell them my situation. I've only been working for 6 months or whatever and that. See what they say. If they say no, they can't find anyone, I say, okay, cool. I'm going to try 2 more people. The second mortgage broker, same thing. I'm going to tell them my situation, whatever in it. If they say no, I say, okay, cool. I'll try a 3rd mortgage broker. All of these people are independent. I'm not going to try 3 mortgage brokers from the same fucking company. I'm going to try this guy over there, this woman over there. I'm going to try 3 separate people, different parts of the country. One in London, one in Manchester, one in fucking Coventry. Because it doesn't matter their location. Yeah, I'll try 3 separate people to get 3 separate opinions in that. But the problem is with human beings, now you can apply this to any situation. Forget about mortgages. The whole point of this video is not about mortgages. Yeah. We will take information from one place or hear it from some guy that we know that don't really know, yeah, he's not too knowledgeable on that and think, okay, cool. Well then, I can't get a mortgage for 2 years and that. That's the situation I was in. That's the reason why I bought this house. Because I lacked knowledge. The reason why I bought this house is because I basically anticipated resigning from Homes to Haringey in March of 2017. So in 2016, I said, okay, in March 2017, I'm going to resign from Homes to Haringey. But before then, I'm going to buy a property using my income and that. I ended up getting fired before then, yeah? But obviously, I was PAYE. Now, obviously, I was going to be making more money anyway, but I was PAYE at the time. So I thought, oh yeah, you only need 3 months worth of income and that. When you're self-employed, you need 2 years. But there were lenders at the time that you only need 1 year. Was there some lender at the time that only needs you to have a signed contract as a self-employed man? Maybe. But the point of it is you need to start looking and you need to, okay, one person says no, try 2, 3 more people. It's free. They're not going to charge you to give you a little bit of their time, 30 minutes or whatever and that. A lot of these mortgage brokers and that, they charge no fee. Yeah, or fee on completion. So they will take you on. So whatever situation you're in, you'll be unsure. Forget about mortgages now. What you need to do is you need to get a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th opinion. Don't rely on, oh, my cousin or my mum said this. I've had older family members say, when you're looking to get a mortgage, this before I plan to get a mortgage, they said to me years ago, when you look to get a mortgage, when you're planning on getting a mortgage, go with Nationwide, they're the best. No, they're not. And they might be the best for certain situations and that. But what if you're a person who owns no property, you have no property and you're living at your parents' house and you want to buy a buy-to-let property? Nationwide might not allow non-residential landlords. Yeah, so a residential landlord is a landlord that has his own house and he wants to go and buy a flat to rent out to John. A non-residential landlord is a man that doesn't own his own house. He might rent, he might live at his parents' house, but he wants to go and buy a property for John to go and live in that. Certain lenders will say, no, we don't do non-residential landlords. So you have to go, in a situation like that, you might have to go to Kent Reliance. Kent Reliance do mortgages for non-residential landlords and that. And plenty of others and that. So a lot of different lenders, the beauty of having all these different lenders and that is they all have different criteria. It's not one size fits all. It's not all the same thing. Certain lenders, let's say for example, TMW, the mortgage works. I got a mortgage with them. They said to me, if you want to borrow against this property, you could potentially pull out like 25 grand. This was at the time. This is one of my flats, yeah? You could pull out 25 grand, for example. Potentially. But you can only pull out that maximum of 25 grand if you have an EPC rating of B. Now, judging by the last EPC rating, if nothing's changed, then your EPC rating is still a C or a D. I don't know what it is. Yeah. They said, well, in this situation, because your EPC rating is a C or a D at the time, and you ain't upgraded the property or whatever, you can only borrow 17 grand. In order to get the 25 grand, you need to upgrade it to an A or a B. So it's so many. The beauty of all these different lenders have different criteria and that. Some lenders say if you want to buy a buy-to-let property, you need 25 grand minimum salary income. So if you got 30, that's enough. You need a minimum of 25. Some say 12 and a half minimum salary. Some say none. Yeah, so it's all different. So even if you're taking information from me, if you don't like the information that you hear from me, still go and try, still inquire. You know, furthermore, whether the information from me, you like it or not, still inquire with the professionals. 3 of them. Don't listen to the opinion of, don't just, you know, listen to 100% of the opinion you hear from people that you know or family and friends and that. I remember, I went to my mum's yard, yeah? And there was a family member, older family member, they got their own property and that, so they got a mortgage, maybe paid off or not, I don't know. But they were saying during lockdown, you know, during lockdown, and because obviously COVID and that, it's uncertain times, now's not the time to buy properties and that. What are you talking about? Since lockdown, I bought 4 properties, lose fucking count. Since lockdown, I bought 4 fucking properties. What are you talking about? Now's not the time to buy properties. Never, yeah, honestly. Unless people are saying what you want to hear, don't listen to people's opinions when it comes to certain things like making investments and that. Don't listen to people. Oh, now's not the time to buy and that. What are you talking about? You're not even in the market to buy properties. It's bullshit, man. I only go with information that is, I wouldn't even say necessarily, well, yeah, positive and that, but like, you know, moving forward, like progressive information and that. That's the only opinions that I go with. I only want to listen to people that are saying, yeah, go for it, do this. I don't want to listen to no one. I don't want to be around anyone that's saying, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't do this. I remember I stood in my living room, which is just an empty room. It's actually a junk room now. And I remember I was chatting to a woman from Santander. So Santander, I had a mortgage with them. I've switched now, innit? But they were saying, the woman was saying, oh, if you was going to borrow against this property, you would have to pay an early repayment charge of 7 grand, yeah? She said, why don't you wait the 3 years and then borrow against the property when you're about to switch your product so you don't have to pay the 6 grand early repayment charge? I was like, what? I was like, no, I'd rather take out 25 grand now and then lose 6 grand in early repayment charge so I walk away with 19 than wait 3 years. If I wait the 3 years, then I can't buy a property today or in 6 months and take advantage of the appreciation in the 3 years' time. So sometimes, man, only listen to people that are saying, go for it, do this, do that. Don't listen to people that are saying, oh, maybe you shouldn't, now's not the right time, or, you know, the interest rate's high, but fuck the interest rate. I've got 8 seconds left. I bought 4 properties, well, at least 3 properties since the interest rate's gone up. Man, fuck the interest rates. Tell you what, it's a ton though.